G'day, how you going? Davin here, Psychopath, back with another video. This one is in a country that has absolutely no controversies going on around it at this current moment in time, so should be good to release this one. Yes, it's Colombia. We won't talk about any country nearby it, but to anyone who's sharp may have already noticed that this has been yet another country where it was just memorization. The 20 hours with 30 attempts is a bit of a good clue, but the other, if you hadn't noticed in the first round, it was a piece of shit location in the middle of nowhere that was 5k'd with 0 clues. So if you ever see that, that tends to be what's happening. Sometimes it's rarely a repeat, but like in countries where you don't get too many, like around like that, you're not really going to zoom in and try and remember it. So yeah, sometimes if there's like interesting things in the location, you can try and memorize them for most countries, but with the random 5Ks like that, it's going to be a memorization thing, which it was again. In fact, I can't even remember how many locations I remembered for this one, but I know that this was another repeat. I'm quickly checking, quickly having a look at how many I remembered. It was only 700 locations. Okay, apparently I only remembered 700 locations. Felt like more when I was doing it. As you can see, it took me 20 hours. From memory, I do know that this round takes me like 20 minutes because of the fact that there's nothing to go off. Oh no, that's the only hint I had. Is it says Cartagena, and I couldn't really tell at the time, but yeah, I'm pretty sure no, I could tell. It was here, and there's no street signs or anything. I end up getting it off that building to the left where it says Edith El Cairo, because I don't have anything else to go off. There'll be a fair bit of fast forwarding in this one, but yeah, I do remember, to get back on track with the location memorizing. The reason there was only 700 locations memorized is because in the Chile one where I memorized 1,000, I want to say, it was overboard again. So, because the original one, the first one I ever did where I memorized locations was Cambodia, which was 2,000, which was fucking way overkill. It was ridiculously unnecessary. But yeah, that one took me 3 days of memorizing for about 2 hours of gameplay or something, so that was exciting. Because I feel like if I'm spending more time memorizing locations of the country than actually playing the country, it's really hard to keep interested in what you're doing, because at the day it is meant to be a bit of fun. So 700 locations for this one. I think, yeah, the first was a repeat. The second was the capital one that was just like the Callies, or however you say it. Third was a repeat, and this one was a bit of zooming, and then I believe the fifth is a repeat as well, I want to say. So I really do think this is like 25 minutes of this round is just me scanning this city, trying to find where the fuck I am. But as you can tell, it can be quite tricky trying to persist with these locations, because I've got this northwest angling road that splits, like if you can imagine it in your head. Actually, I might do a sick drawing of what I thought it was going to look like. Sick drawing on the screen now. Okay. That's kind of like what I was imagining, and it turns out similar, but it's always hard to like exactly kind of get what you were thinking to be right. So yeah, I'll just fast forward it now, and then I'll fast forward it actually, and while I fast forward it, I'll just talk about what I thought of the country. So basically, the tricky part with this one is with only 30 attempts, and like, I'm pretty sure all of them were boring as fuck. Yeah, I mean, I've played 32 rounds, 3 of them were ones, 28 of them were zeros, and then I had the 25k, so there's not really much that I can actually tell anyone about this one. The only thing I would mention is that when I tried to, I'm pretty sure I tried to like do some locations before, and then that's what made me wanna do the memorization, because the fact that you get into rounds and you don't see like any location, like obviously on this one I got a couple of locations with some info that helped, obviously the capital in this one, but on so many of these rounds, especially in these South American countries, man, they just give you fucking nothing, and it's brutal if you don't have any patience. And at this point you can see that I have actually managed to find it, and it was a doozy. It was a doozy because I was not expecting that roundabout to my side. I cannot believe that that was a roundabout out to the left. In hindsight, it's so obvious when you see the curving motorbike going around the little circle in the middle, but and then of course it was a main road to the north apparently, like who knew that? But anyways, you gotta move on and get fucking ecstatic, because the last one is quite clearly a repeat of one of the ones I memorized based off that final block. So yeah, definitely look, the 32 attempts is very deceiving if that's all you're looking at for trying to complete this country. It is much harder. Anyways, good luck. Only cheaters beat me, by the way. Goodbye.